All right, we on? We are on. Jaybone, I think we're on.
All right.
All right, welcome back, everybody. A total nonstop Impact talk for Impact fans. Webcam version. Look at this new webcam. I'm in HD. This HD might be a bad thing for me, Jaybone. They're gonna see all the imperfections. They're gonna see the gray hairs. God damn it! This is not. I was better off with the shitty camera, but here we are. Here we are. Total nonstop Impact is here, guys. It's Trent along with my co-host Jaybone today. Jaybone, say hello to the people.
What is up, folks? How you doing?
We got anybody in this chat yet? Yeah, Jaybone, anybody here yet? What are we working with here? Let's see what we got. I don't even have that page up. I'm gonna rely on you to tell me who's here, who's not, who's hanging out with us.
Let me mute this so I'm not hearing double.
All right, let's see. I want to know. I want to see if the gang's all out tonight. You know, Jaybone, we got a lot of our regular. We didn't announce that we're doing this, guys. We should, Jaybone. In retrospect, we should have maybe said we're gonna be going live. Maybe it's a good idea to tell people you're going live. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, once you get more comfortable doing this, we can always do that. I try to throw out a link, let people know, but I usually don't have a lot of people actually like waiting. So hey, it's all good, man. It's this whole live thing is a work in progress. They're starting to trickle in. It's all good. What's up, folks?
Okay. Who do we got? Let me. I want to pull that up too. We're gonna give a little bit of a buffer here, guys, until people are in. I want to see who's just trickling in here. I want to know what we got.
We got Malcolm Lloyd. We got Fan. We got Colt.
Some new names over here, huh, J-Bo? Some new folks.
Yeah,
guys, welcome to
this
the
channel has a lot of followers, so you never know who's going to pop in.
No, it definitely does. There's quite a bit of people on this channel. Thanks for being here, guys. We appreciate that. J-Bone, you're going to be my eyes and ears on who's there because I cannot see that live chat. Or can I? Is there a way to see that live chat?
Yeah, if you in a separate, like on, you said you got a couple screens up on one of your other screens, just pop up the live feed and you can watch it and just mute it.
All right, let's see what we got. Where's that live feed? Is that just on the page or what?
Yeah, just on YouTube.
All right, let's see if I can find it. But in the meantime, J-Bone, why don't you tell people what we're planning on doing here, what the plan is for tonight. You know, Impact last week, the July 12th, 2019 episode wasn't much of an episode. It was more so just there was one match, which was a dark from Slammiversary. They aired it on this week's Impact, and they did kind of a roundtable discussion with the producers of Impact, D'Amore, Jimmy Jacobs, Don Callis, Josh Matthews. They all came in, roundtabled each match, talked a little bit about what happened on Slammiversary. So not much of an episode, more of an analysis. And we had one really good match, which we'll talk about. But J-Bone, tell them, what the plan is for today, what we're thinking about doing, and let's go from there.
Yeah, we're gonna cover. I mean, we're gonna kind of go through this episode, and I don't know exactly what notes Trent has, but I've got a few notes here.
None.
All right, we're gonna wing it.
I'm going off the top match. Usually, as everybody knows, as the listeners know, as the loungers know, I have a lot of meticulous notes. I usually go pretty. In the beginning, J-Bone, I was doing too many damn notes. Kyle was yelling at me. Actually, I gotta blame him because he used to give me a lot of notes, like do this, and then it turned into like, let's take it easy, a couple bullet points. I still make a lot of notes, but no notes for this one. I am all out of notes for this one. This is one match, and I'm gonna wing it from here.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna kind of just go through the episode a little bit, talk about what the guys talked about, the producers talked about. There was a new match that was featured at the end that was actually the dark, what do you call it? A dark match from Slammiversary that we didn't know about unless you were there. For if anybody shared anything on social media about it. So we'll talk about that a little bit. And then I just wanted to, what's that?
I didn't even know it happened. I had no
I
idea
didn't
that match
either,
even
dude.
took place. Yeah.
I thought this was a match that was going to get added, or at least the Keira Hogan versus Jordynne Grace, because they have been, but then I thought it was just going to be something that would continue after Slammiversary in the episodic weekly shows. But we got a match. We'll talk about it a little bit, and we'll also talk about Explosion from this week a little bit. I found it, pretty funny, some entertaining stuff, and some unique things about the featured match that I want to talk about too. Specifically who is involved, because it's no clue that we're losing a handful of people. I shouldn't say a handful, but we're losing a few people in Impact Wrestling, and the discussion is out there as far as free agents. When you lose someone, you get someone, and it's I just feel like we could discuss that a little bit. There was someone I saw in this match that I feel would be perfect for Impact Wrestling.
All right, we're gonna talk about it then. This is cool. Let's definitely talk about this.
Oh yeah,
looking forward to that.
And I want to get the loungers' reaction too. I want to pick their brain. I want to see. We're losing Johnny Impact. We're losing LAX, and we'll discuss that in just a little bit too. And I want to pick their brains too to see who they think would be a good fit. As far as like maybe another legend to come in. Some people appreciate the legends coming in, or someone up and coming in the business. I want to pick the loungers' brains on this one too. So
the loungers are very smart, Jaybone. They know what's up. They got a lot of insight. You see the comments. People know what's going on here, man. They know they got their ear to the ground on professional wrestling. So I'm really curious to see who they come up with, who should come into Impact Wrestling. So it's exciting. Let's kick it off, J-Bone. Let's talk about that match. Let's talk about that dark match from with Dark, which was basically, I guess, not a dark because it was considered a Impact weekly show. So a weekly match. So it was Jordynne Grace, Keira Hogan, Madison, Rayne.
Yeah, it was so funny because they called this the main event of this episode, like it was something completely different. And I'm like, main event? I'm like, anybody behind them listening in would have been like, the fuck is Josh smoking tonight, dude?
Well, it's funny because it's a main event of a show that had no other matches. So what's a main event? Like, what are we main eventing here? The roundtable discussion. But hey, you know what? I will say they gave him a lot of time, right? Am I crazy? Or they had that seemed like 20 minutes?
It was like almost 15 minutes, I think.
It was a nice length, man. I got to give it to them. They really gave him a lot of time, and I thought they told a hell of a story. That was your classic storytelling match because so much is going on between, especially Keira. I feel like Keira is the centerpiece of this right now. I mean, she's the young one, and she's only 23. Keira's young, and this new heel persona of hers is really what's going to elevate her to the next level, I think. And I'm really excited about Keira Hogan's growth, man. She's onto something here, pretty cool.
Hell yeah, man! This heel turn for Keira has been a welcoming thing. I mean, she's been bubbly, she's been used in matches, but she hasn't had a lot of focus on her. Mm-hmm. I kind of feel like her heel turn is similar to Moose's. Like Moose was always there. He was having decent matches, but I don't think we heard from him a lot, And now Keira's really expanding her she's working on her charisma here for her character. Mm-hmm. And it's shining through all over, into the ring, out of the ring. It's great. It's great. She's really developing into a hell of a knockout, in which I was hoping she would, because after seeing her on Wow Women of Wrestling, I was like, ooh, yeah, I want to see them do this with her. Not the exact same thing, of course, because it is a separate show, separate universe, character, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I'm like, yeah, I want to see Keira Hogan do this too. You know, get more talking parts. Really develop her. You know, really get to know her. And we're getting to know a different side of her. Okay.
Yeah, I think she's finally gotten a chance to branch out. I mean, like, she was just kind of a basic add-on baby face. She went from that to, like, I mean, when you get a lot of people want to be heels because it gives you creative outlet. You get to push boundaries a little bit with your character. And I think she was just dying to do that, because as soon as she got it, I think she ran with it. I think she really, and I things like the hair color going blue, it was like, it seems like it's an idea she had. Now she's ice cold. She's not the girl on fire. She's ice cold now. Things like that. The heel promos, her on commentary. I think it's a great way to start building a character young, and I think that's great. I'm excited for it.
And it's also helping Jordynne Grace at the same time, because she came in just kicking ass, didn't say much, but now they're both working off of each other. So it's great. Jordynne's building up a babyface character. Keira's doing the opposite. She's doing the heel. So in that aspect, it's great. And Madison's right in the middle of this. I did not expect to see Madison, but she has been. She's been there. What's the word I'm looking for? Inadvertently. Because she was in matches with Jordynne. She was in matches with Keira, Hogan, while this feud is brewing. So it's like, okay, now she's the third cog, third wheel in the whatever. I don't know what the hell. It's late. It's been a long freaking week. So she's the third window in the spoke. No, that's not how it goes. But no, you know what I'm saying.
What are we saying anymore here?
It's flavored water, folks. I swear to God, it's just wild berry, Nestle's. Nestle.
Nobody believes you. Nobody believes you.
I know. There's this. Shut up, Jaybone. It's vodka. You sound big.
They steal the beer can in the background, and nobody believes you.
Oh, that's no. See, Dino is guarding that one, or excuse me, Mox is guarding that one. Zombie Mox.
Zombie Mox. Okay. Well, let me talk to a few of the loungers here. We got some new names, man. This is cool. Guys, thanks for joining. We didn't even announce this, so thank you guys very much. Before I even thank them for this, I gotta say, man, the numbers for the Slammiversary review that you guys did for us were speechless. Jaybone, am I fair to say we were left speechless by what you guys did for us on Slammiversary? You wanted to see us and hear us. I'm pretty blown away by that.
I was excited about us doing this. I had no clue it was going to get this kind of number, and just the fact that I know I'm still like the new old fart on the block. It's like it was like, wow, okay, it makes me proud to be a part of this crew. Putting forth these kind of numbers, and it's a great. Great group of viewers that this channel has. It's really.
You guys are great. I want to address a few of them, Jaybone, real quick before we jump in. Malcolm Lloyd, first time watching you live. Thank you, Malcolm. Cult is telling me it's Marcy from Facebook. Jaybone, tell Trent it's Marcy from Facebook.
I missed that. I apologize. I've been listening to you, and I've been reading a few things. Whoopsie is here too. Critical Sting.
Wait, Critical Sting. Whoop whoop. Scott Demore's a juggalo. Oh shit. So am I. I've seen ICP. I don't know how many times. Jaybone's looking disgusted by that comment, though.
No, man, I'm all good. I was a little confused by the whole thing when they were involved with professional wrestling, but I was like, hey, whatever. It's.
Oh, I love ICP. Yeah, that might lose a few viewers, but I love ICP.
Hey, I'm sporting the Beastie Boys. I love my metal, but I love my rap too. But I keep it old school. I was cranking some Run DMC while I was out and about today. Not gonna lie.
Good. There you go. Good man. Good man. Let's see what we got here.
Peter Piper picked the.
Any word on Mahabali Shera? Somebody. We got the question. Any word on Mahabali Shera? Mahabali Shera is kind of retraining, from what I heard. Malcolm Lloyd's asking that question. From what word I got, he's training. He's doing a little more brushing up from what I got. So we'll see where he goes with that. Earphonic Ball's asking Jaybone, is Explosion worth watching? I haven't watched it in a long time. I'll let you answer that one.
It is. I mean, it's fun. You get a little bit of everything. You usually get a dark match that's not on the weekly, regular, episodic Impact Wrestling. Josh Matthews always has some kind of interview with someone from Impact Wrestling. Sometimes it's real informative. Sometimes it's just goofy as shit, and we're going to get into that in a little bit. This week's was Cody Deaner. Oh my God.
I love Cody Deaner. He's fun, man. He is a fun guy.
And I got to be honest, over the course of this last year, I've got a whole new respect for Josh Matthews. I used to not be able, I couldn't stand him. But no, the guy's a workhorse. He busts his ass. He is going to live and die on this brand, and that's awesome. And he's sometimes, like, if you go watch Explosion live on Twitch when it's on, or on the Impact Plus app, like I watch it, man, you see some goofy shit go on, depending on who he has on. Like I said, sometimes it's serious, but it's still, nonetheless, it's still fun. And then they throw like a classic match in there, and I don't remember what this week's was. I don't usually watch the classic ones, depending on what it is. But I usually watch the new match, and then I watch the interview, and that's about it. But
yeah, it's still worth it.
It is totally, yeah.
It's easy if you end up even skipping the classic match. I mean, it's a quick watch. You get a bonus match out of it. You get an interview. It's fun. Let me run a couple more comments here, J-Mo. We'll talk. We got some folks recommending who should come in. The runner says AR Fox. That's my boy, AR Fox.
Oh, God, yeah.
AAW guy. He's an AAW regular where I work. AR Fox is there. We got Shotzi Blackheart, who did have an appearance in Windsor once. Then she got hurt, and we never heard from her again. Let's see here. What else? Other names.
She's been on Evolve shows lately, I think.
She was on last week, right? From what I understand.
Yeah, I saw a clip of her or something. So I don't know if that means, I mean, like we all know that Evolve is the back door to WWE now, but it doesn't mean you're definitely going. Look at guys like Darby Allin. He's shining like a dark diamond in AEW. All Ego Ethan Page.
True.
Making waves in Impact Wrestling. You never know.
You never know, guys. You never know. We got some Malcolm Lloyd's asking EC3 to come back. I agree. LAX is up in the air right now. LAX is we don't know yet with LAX. It's still being worked on. Johnny, I can tell everybody, the Johnny rumor is true. I talked to Johnny this past weekend in Milwaukee. Johnny and Keira were in-house. Keira, the face-off happened, J-Bone. Me and Keira. I'm sorry, Keira. Taya. Her real name is Keira. That's why I'm sorry. Her real name is Keira. Taya. The face-off happened. What was built up for months, thanks to goddamn Kyle, was built up. And Taya, the face-off happened. And I will reveal on this coming week's episode, we'll talk about what happened, because I got a little special message from her to Kyle. We're gonna put that one out there.
Nice.
And but she loves the show. She's a big fan. It was great. Johnny did say he's done. Doors, left on good terms. It was all fine. He just the deal was up. That was it. He went out on a great note, but no hard feelings. Deal was up, and I don't know what he's gonna do now. I don't really want to pry, but he is on his way out. So as we knew what was happening, it wasn't any secret, but he did confirm that. But LAX still up in the air. Let me read a few more comments here, J-Bone.
Do you really think that LAX is up in the air? I mean, if you go by what we saw on this week's episode of Impact Wrestling, I'd say I would agree with you. But I saw a match right before we went live.
Mm-hmm.
It was part of a GCW 5150 show, a tribute to Homicide.
Right. This past weekend, right?
Yeah, it was a week after Slammiversary.
Yep.
And I can tell you, Santana's fine.
Well, yeah. I mean,
well, because a lot of people are still like, "Oh, he's hurt." No, he's fine.
We should have known he wasn't hurt when when Dr. Ariel came out.
Well, yeah,
I was like, that Dr. Ariel?
Dr. Areola? What?
Dr. Ariel. I think now, from what I knew, their deals were up in August, which means if they work it out where they stay to finish the deal out, we got one more taping with them. Then they should be on Windsor this week, and perfect. Write them off on TV. You can do 4 weeks of write off, because I know their deal's up the end of August. So we'll see where that goes. I mean, I think it'd be really cool if they can get a nice TV stretch to actually write them off, and putting some guys over on the way out. Put the North over. There's some more teams out there. Let's work a little mini program for a month's worth of TV and get some more backstage vignettes in the can. Let's write it off properly. Let's do it big if we can. I don't think they have to let them go until the deal's up. And
you know what? Impact fans are very passionate about LAX, and they want, if they are going away, if they absolutely are going away, they want to be able to say goodbye to them and thank them and wish them well wherever they go, wherever their journey is going to take them. I'm good with wherever they go. Honestly, I'm going to follow them because they're a top, depending on the opinion, who you're talking to, I'd say top 3, top 5 tag team in the world right now. Absolutely. No, hands down.
No doubt. I think everything they needed to do or could have done an Impact was done. I'd rather them not burn out. Now, here's my thing, though. LAX is an Impact-owned entity, but they have let people take gimmicks with them. But the whole thing about LAX was it was kind of like Menudo, where you just replace members and it's a new LAX. Do they do that with LAX, or do they let these guys keep the name like they've done with some other talent, like Ali, EC3, etc.? Do we do that with them? Or
I also want to know. I also want to know if they're losing Conan. Notice he was not on that roundtable discussion. He is the only producer that was not there.
Yeah, but he's also in Cali. He's also running other shows. Conan, I think, is staying. Conan is signed, from what I understand. He's signed as a producer. He's a big part of that. I don't think he's leaving. I think it's good. It's a good setup for him to be on. I don't see him leaving with this,
because I know he works with AAA too behind the scenes.
Right.
But to what title you give him in AAA, I'm not sure. I don't know if you put him up. A writer, booker. I don't know what, if he's like, side by side working on stuff with Vampiro. If at least I think Vampiro is still there. I'm not sure. I still want that Vampiro Conan match. Damn it!
Now, in 2019,
they hinted that at the last Triple Mania. They had a face off in the ring.
Oh God.
And it seemed like they were going to work something up for this year, but nobody's on the poster. So I think they replaced Vampiro with Kenny Omega. So
it was a great feud at one time, but 26 years ago.
Yeah. And who knows? Maybe Vampiro will do a run in and everyone will just absolutely lose their shit. I still love Vampiro, but he goes back and forth a lot with health issues and whatever.
Let me see what else is in the comments here.
Yes,
we got a question. Is Killer Cross a producer? No, he's not a producer. Chris Steele show popped in here. Humble Beast catching us live for the first time. What's up, guys? This is great, man. Jaybone, I am loving going live, dude. I got a new camera, as I mentioned, and I'm gonna fix the lighting a little bit, like warm it up. Everybody can see my my DCC mask back here. That's an original DCC mask from that. Let's see who remembers the DCC days of Impact Wrestling. Wasn't that long ago.
Smack, yeah. Yeah, see, that was when I wasn't watching quite as much. I'd catch like every second or third episode, but I am familiar with the DCC.
I got a DCC shirt. I got it from James Storm.
Nice.
And
did he autograph it?
Not the mask. I didn't ask him to autograph the mask. I should have actually, in retrospect.
Dude.
I kind of like it. I used it for a photo shoot for my band HEMI. I used it for a photo shoot. It was cool. It came out nice. Side note, since I mentioned the band, if you go to my band's YouTube page, guys, HEMI Music Television, just type it all in one word. We were able to put it up now when we signed our contract for one of our songs to be used at Rebellion a couple months ago. Impact used our song Decay for the Rebellion pay-per-view. It was for the main event commercial. I was able to put the footage up now, a 60-day grace period. We didn't want to really step on Impact's toes with that. So it's on our YouTube channel now, so take a peek. And if it lets me, I'll post a link in here too. But that's on there. But yeah, DCC, what could have been Critical Sting? I know. I loved it, man. J-Rock Freaks are the same thing. They should have done a lot more DCC. Dude, it was such an underrated thing, DCC. I want to maybe talk about it at a later time. But
Hakeem's in here too. Message retracted. Oh, no.
What did you retract, Hakeem? No. Hakeem, I'm going to need you to repost whatever you said because he doesn't hold back on comments. TR50003. What up, guys? What's up, man? Dude, there's so many new people in here. You guys are great, dude.
And don't forget to smash that like button, like I say on my channel.
Smash the like button.
Hell yeah.
Smash the subscribe button. Go to smash this podcast. Subscribe to Jaybone. Go to Total Nonstop Impact. Subscribe to our channel. Go everywhere. But thanks for being on the lounge. All right, Jaybone. Man. What other notes did you have you wanted to discuss? So we'll talk about the match last. What do you say?
Which
the three-way, the dark match.
Oh, the ladies.
Yeah, we can detail that one last if you want.
Oh, that's fine.
Do that.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk a little bit more about what we saw in Explosion. Like I said, I didn't watch the classic stuff, but I did watch the interview and I did watch the three-way that Jake Christ is featured in. Number one, the interview was with Cody Deaner.
Those damn Deaners.
Oh my God. Okay,
Deaners.
so this is all like Cody Deaner. Like I didn't watch a lot when he was around and he was tagging with ODB, and they were kind of I don't. It's a little fuzzy to me. They were like a mixed tag or whatever. They were together a lot. She'd come out with them. He'd come out with her. They'd tag together, whatever. But now he's back, or has been back, excuse me, with cousin Jake something.
That's my boy. I love Jake. Can I just put that out there?
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, you work with him a lot in AAW.
Oh, dude, I love Jake something. Cousin Jake is the man. The man. He's the greatest dude. You guys got to get on the train now. That guy's a big hoss. He's a star.
I'm enjoying him a lot in Impact Wrestling because I heard his name mentioned, here and there throughout the indies posts. People share shit on Twitter, social media. It's like Jake something. Who's this Jake something? I'm like, what the hell kind of name is Jake something? So that right there, you remember stuff like that, and now all of a sudden he shows up in Impact Wrestling with Cody Deaner, and I'm like, oh, what is this crazy shit? And it's great fun, great team. Legit badasses, but with a comedy twist,
Yes.
But yeah, this interview with Cody Deaner was just the look on Josh Matthews' face through this whole interview. He was so damn uncomfortable because I don't think he's necessarily a germaphobe, but he is very self-conscious about people touching his drinks, his shit around him, whatever. And you see this in the interview, and he's like touching he's like, oh, is this your coffee? Josh screams, it's yours now.
Oh God.
And then at the end,
that's awesome.
At the end, Cody's looking into the camera with this big shit-eating grin, and he's giving Josh a big old hug, and he's slapping him and patting him and hugging him, and Josh is just, oh God, fucking just let this be over.
Oh God, that's fun.
It's so crazy.
Diener's funny, man. He is fun. He's a fun guy.
I feel like I know him a little better now.
I want to answer a couple of quick questions in the chat. Keem Fullerton said that BQ recently mentioned in his videos how Impact needs to work on promoting their brand and their marketing. Do you guys agree? Let me take this one, Jaybone. I'm going to kick it to you in a second. 110%. I work for AAW. It's one of the bigger indies in the country. We use a lot of Impact talent. We're, obviously we're not as big as Impact Wrestling, but that's a focus we always think about too, is how you got to have almost a 60-40 branding to talent balance, because it doesn't matter who you got on your roster if nobody knows where you are or who you are. So that's a big focus. I think Impact needs to do the same thing. They're doing a good job with touring and the partner shows, but I think there needs to be another big push on merchandising, even give away some stuff. I mean, I'm talking basics, you even give away stickers, let fans, give away free wallpapers, to custom wallpapers, give people wallpapers to their phones, like offer that stuff up, give that, because they used to do that back in the old TNA days.
Yeah.
More of that's good, especially with a better reputation now. Give away more branded stuff. It doesn't even have to be stuff that you actually physically give away. It can be digital, give people a free match here. Download this match for free. You want this match? Here's an MP4 version. I mean, I don't know, but branding is good. Keep pushing that that aspect of it. I'm all about that. You have to do things where that logo has to be as many places as possible. I told
oh, absolutely.
Right. I told the guys at AW, I said, make shirts. We should just make a batch of t-shirts that just go to the boys, that just straight up go to the talent, because then they all wear it around and it's a walking billboard. I mean, I'm sure Impact gives that stuff away, but give away more. Let me see everybody wearing that shit. Because I would see it at AEW. Trevor Lee would show up with an Impact hoodie. The LAX guy show up with Impact stuff on. Jake shows. I mean, people do have that. It does create a perception. It's like a team thing. New Japan's big on the tracksuits, as you know. Things like that look cool. More of that is good. Absolutely. What do you think?
Oh, I agree 100%. And I feel bad because I'm I don't have my own merch, and that's something I need to work on. But I mean, I sell it, but I don't wear it. It's like, yeah, I gotta buy that shit. But yeah,
can't buy your own merch.
Anybody, supporting the brand, showing off the brand, absolutely, 100%. And honestly, I read something in an article. We were talking a little bit about this, about everyone on the show has to wear their own merch or company merch. I have not seen that since I've seen the article come out.
Agreed. I have not seen it yet.
Yeah, and so I'm not buying that.
I'm not buying it either.
I can understand if stuff has to be approved. Like, hey, can I wear this on the show? This is a Pro Wrestling Tees one as opposed to an Impact one. I don't see LAX wearing Suck It anymore. Maybe that was a little offensive. I don't know. Or Suck Me, whatever that brand is.
Suck Me, yeah. One thing Colin and I talked about before you joined Jaybone was you can't. It's hard to enforce that when not everybody has a t-shirt. It's like, okay, you want me to not wear my own stuff, but you don't have a t-shirt for me. But in those cases, if I'm the boss, I'd say, didn't you wear an Impact shirt? Or something. I don't know. I feel like you should give everybody at least one shirt or a one piece of merch. It's the cost involved, but it's the cost of branding. And I think that cost of branding is a long-term benefit. So we'll see. We'll see what they come up with. And I think maybe this taping, we might see more of that emphasized. Maybe Slammiversary is kind of the reboot, new chapter, new season type of thing. Bradley Curry even just said the roster is too small. It's small, but you can concentrate on it more. you can concentrate on a smaller roster. You can build everybody up like they do a pretty good job of building everybody with a story. That way, if it's too small, everybody can get merged too. Like we can do a lot more. Less is more sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and there was a point where the only tag teams being featured were OVE and LAX. And that was 2 years ago, and that was rough. That was rough.
Yeah.
They were still putting on great shows, great wrestling content, and I specifically great wrestling content. Even though they're working on building the roster, lost a lot of people, and that was a crazy time too. That was all post Jeff Jarrett and the building of the new regime with Scott D'Amore and Don Callis. So I keep on wanting to say Cyrus the Virus. I'm like, God.
I mean, he is Cyrus the Virus.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
I mean, any old ECW fans in the chat right now, any loungers watched ECW back in the day? I mean, we knew Don as Cyrus the Virus, who was the network who shut down ECW. So that's what he's deep down. He's Cyrus,
and now he runs it.
And now he runs it.
He runs this brand, I should say. But yeah, but I still feel like this. We said this recently. It was one of the first shows I guested on. We were talking about how someone called Impact Wrestling a Canadian ECW. It's totally like the next ECW. Because it has so many different things. It's got the hardcore. You got the great women going on. You got, technical wrestlers or whatever. And yeah, just everything. Everything that ECW used to have. Impact Wrestling is now featuring the same stuff.
I think so. And it's kind of falling that into that third brand seat. Okay, I want to address a comment I just saw here. Jaybone. Impact Wrestling is losing me as a fan by Coolman 952. Coolman, tell me why. I'm curious why they're losing you as a fan. Because from a lot of perspective, they're doing everything right. What are they losing? How are they losing you? Let's talk about it. I'd like to know what they're doing to lose you, because from my perspective, they're doing a lot of right stuff. The only thing is roster changes, but I feel like we've gotten back to a territory system when WWE guys are performing on Evolve. I'm like, if they're on Evolve, it's like you're taking top names and putting them on essentially what is an indie, a backed indie, but it's like territorial movements of talent is very common now. I am not too worried about it because there's so much more talent coming up. There's so many guys. I can even tell you where, that I see at AEW that you guys don't even know about yet. There's so many guys waiting for a shot. What's up, Bill? Just want to say what's up. Robert does
Bill
wrestling.
Mack.
Bill
Nice.
Mack. Kyle is not in. Guys, send your condolences to Kyle. His puppy died, and he's had that dog for 15 years. He is really bummed out. If you guys have Twitter, send Kyle a message. KL_TNI on Twitter. Give him a shout. He's super bummed out. He couldn't join us today. He was really, really bummed out, and I hope he's not upset at me sharing that. But we feel bad for him, right? I mean, poor guy, man. He was pretty sad.
Oh yeah, I've had pets for years, and they come and go, but they're part of your family. They're like a kid, and yeah, he's really taking this hard. So
yeah, he's really, really bummed out. So yeah, guys, shoot him a tweet, man. Let him know he's in your thoughts, because he's really Kyle's a young guy. He's only 24. He's had that dog 15 years, so that you can he grew up with it, right? So he's pretty bummed out.
Yeah,
but we figured we'd come on here at least talk to you guys too. So whoopsie, sorry about your loss too, man. But yeah, so definitely give Kyle a shot. He'll feel a little better knowing everybody cares.
Yeah,
but
it's not easy. It's not easy losing a pet. I don't care if it's a goldfish. I don't care if it's a cat, dog, parakeet, whatever.
Nothing. I never had any pets growing up because my dad is not a pet guy. Wouldn't let us have. But now I wish I could have a puppy. I'm not home enough. That's the problem. I really want to get a bulldog. Anybody have a bulldog in the chat? Let me know give me a review on having a bulldog. I really want to get a puppy. But damn, whoopsie, second dog in less than a month. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, that's rough, man. Sorry about that.
But anyway, moving on to that, guys. So the changing roster. I don't feel like. Thanks, Bill, for dropping Kyle a tweet. I don't feel like the changing roster is necessarily a bad thing. It just keeps a fresh array coming. I mean, back in the territory days, you would have 6-month programs. Guys coming for 6 months, run a program, go on to the next territory, and then you have a fresh batch come through. It's almost like that now, and we're just so used to guys being on TV every week. But I'm not opposed to shorter runs and more variety, if that's the nature of it. Now, that's the thing. Not totally opposed to it. What do you think, J-Mo?
Yeah, I mean the whole wrestling landscape has changed so much over the last handful of years. It's now more widely seen than ever through social media, streaming services, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Snapbox, whatever the fuck it's called.
What?
Snapbox? That's Snapchat. I don't have Snapchat.
Snapbox.
I'm not. I'm not that hip. It's like, okay, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Oh, and Instaneck.
We're totally gonna. Everybody on the lounge right now. Everybody make J-Bone get a Snapchat.
No,
you just open your door up.
No, I downloaded it, opened it up for 2 seconds, had no clue what the hell to do with it, deleted it. No, and I've got an Instagram for my personal stuff and for Smash This Podcast. So, yeah, so I'm trying to get out there a little bit more. I primarily use it for promotional stuff, but Jesus, it's so tough.
It's a lot of work, guys.
Just watch the damn channel.
Can't do it. You got to get on. Tell people to watch the channel. Then you got to post a photo of the channel. Never ends.
Yeah. Oh, what else is going on in the chat here? Let's see.
What else we got? Good. Let's answer some questions. What do we got here? Actually, let's open this up, Cal. So, I mean, J-Bone, let's talk about it. Some people mentioned some names they want to see come in. There's a name in that 3-way on Explosion you were going to talk about. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. I mean, all three look great. Jake Crist, first and foremost, is so underrated, and
100%.
and them giving him a chance to shine in this match is incredible. And not to take anything away from him, but both of the other guys were impressive too. Especially one of them, and not to knock Man Tequila, he was good, but JT Dunn, damn, that guy is unbelievable. If you go on to Impact Lounge, Jiminy Christmas, it's water.
It's water.
if you go on Impact Plus and put in the search JT Dunn, you'll get this episode of Explosion from this week, and there's a 4-way match that you can watch of him because they put stuff from other indie companies on Impact Plus, just like on the GWN app. It's all the same stuff, it just looks different. And it's a fatal 4-way between JT Dunn. Oh, shit, no, I can't remember. I think Rich Swann is one of the other guys, and then there's 2 other guys.
Right.
But yeah, JT Dunn seriously needs to be a part of Impact Wrestling. And I'm going to kind of just test this. And I'm not saying I don't believe you, Trent, but because I know you've said that people from the show watch this. So I'm talking to Impact, the people from Impact that watch this right now. Put more JT Dunn on Impact Wrestling. Seriously. The guy's been in the industry long enough. He's part of that whole strong style Ohio crew, or, that's part of the whole, Callahan's clan with the strong style brand. Seriously, let's make this happen. The guy's hot shit. Let's make this happen.
I'm down, man. I like JT Dunn. I think he'd be a perfect addition to the roster. It's a good time to bring him in, and I'm telling you, Ohio's breeding him, man. Like they are just growing in Ohio. That school out there is
I don't know. I don't know what is, if it's something in the water or what, but man, there is a tight crew coming out of that. It is I call it the Midwest, because I mean you and I are Midwest guys. I got a lot of pride for people that come from Milwaukee. The same for Chi-Town, Punk. The list goes on and on.
Yep.
So yeah, Critical Sting says Clayton Gaines. Yeah, you talked about Clayton Gaines being in a tag team in AEW or AAW. Sorry, with damn it,
Ace Austin. Him and Ace Austin.
Thank you, Ace Austin. Yeah, because I see him on MLW too. Hell yeah, man.
Dude, Clayton
make it happen.
Gaines. Clayton Gaines is awesome. The dude is. I was standing. I saw Clayton and Jake were talking at one point, and just the amount they had more muscles between two of those people than the entire front row of the show on last Friday. Those guys are jacked. Clayton Gaines is a great big man. He's a great heater. Imagine you guys remember Rob Terry, how Rob Terry was with Robbie E. Imagine a more charming and more personality-filled Rob Terry who could take a lot better bumps.
Oh yeah,
this dude is great. He's Clayton Gaines is great. I'm a big fan of Eli Brand says, how about the guy from Windy City Pro Wrestling? Which guy from Windy City Pro Wrestling? I want to know what he's talking about.
Oh, and right above that, he says, who JT Dunn remind you of Jaybone? He reminds me a little bit of a CM Punk. I'm not going to lie. Just, I don't know. Just how he carries himself in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Like a young, like Ring of Honor, we're going back a few years here. But like Ring of Honor CM Punk kind of reminds me of him.
Yeah, dude, JT's underrated. I'm shocked. I'm shocked he hasn't gotten more.
I know that people are either love CM Punk at this point or you hate CM Punk. So don't let that. But you compared him to CM Punk. I hate him now. No. Don't twist it. I mean that with the utmost compliment when I say stuff like
that. Some people are saying David Starr in the comment. David Starr I work with at AAW. He just lost to Sammy a couple months ago. So for the AAW title, David Starr's a great talent. He's a great talent.
He's controversial.
Very controversial, but he's got this big thing about being independent. Like he is sans contract. So he is big on the independent movement of wrestling. He has a T-shirt. I don't know if you guys have seen the T-shirt, the dueling T-shirts. He's got a shirt that says independent, and Sammy came out with one as a signed talent.
Oh, that's what that is. I saw his signed talent T-shirt.
It's I thought Sammy versus David. I mean, they got a bit of a feud going on with that. But what's crazy to see when I see it at AAW is a lot of the Impact guys are wearing the signed talent shirt, and the other guys are wearing the independent shirt. So it's kind of funny to see. But David, I don't know, man. I don't know if Starr would take a contract. I think he's got to kind of stay true to the story he's doing right now. I don't think he'd take it.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen positives and negatives about him. I haven't seen enough to really make it a serious opinion on him. I saw a lot of his stuff when he was doing Evolve right before Evolve left Flow Slam. So that's my most current stuff that I've seen of him. But I see his face out there all the time in clips and social media, excuse me. So yeah.
He's a big controversial guy on social media though. That's what he's pushing his social media a lot lately.
MVPO2 says Impact should sign the Hart Foundation 2.0. I would love to see Teddy Hart. I've seen him on a few house shows, but right now the Hart Foundation is signed with MLW. They got multi-year contracts, so we're not going to see that anytime soon. The only place you're going to see that other than like MLW is in like the bigger indies. Teddy Hart was just part of that GCW 5150 show. You'll see them featured on House of Hardcore shows. So like if you see like a House of Hardcore / Impact show where they work together, you'll see them on there. But beyond that, no. But I would, trust me, I would love to see certain people against, like, because Teddy Hart, man, this redemption story, I can't talk about this enough because it's just awesome. This redemption story of Teddy Hart over the last few years has just been incredible. I met him when he was in Milwaukee. You know, people jokingly say, MJF is, salt of the earth, and then snicker. No, legit. Teddy Hart is salt of the earth guy, nicest guy.
He is a very nice guy. Teddy Hart is
I have
a
personal story that I can't share on here, but let me just say, trust me, meeting the guy, just nice. Him, all three of those guys from the Hart Foundation, nice as hell. And man, they shine. If you follow my shit, you know that it's called my podcast shit. If you follow my shit, shit this podcast. No. If you follow
just a general term now, you know that.
Yeah. If you watch MLW and you follow Smash's podcast, I review it on a weekly basis, and I'm always praising the Hart Foundation. So yeah, great shit. But great no, shit. Unfortunately, we're not going to see him on Impact Wrestling.
No, unfortunately, but Teddy Hart is cool. If you guys ever get the chance to see him, check him out at your local indie. But Teddy Hart's a very, very good talent, man. I gotta give it to him.
Freaking Michael Jordan of wrestling right now.
You really? That's I don't know if I'd say that, but I'll let you say.
I'll say he's the Michael Jordan of MLW. I'll say that.
Okay, all right, fair enough. He's very talented. Don't get me wrong. Bill Mack asked a question here. Says, "What venues would you like to see Impact go to besides the ones they've been going to?" I think it's very important they make the Midwest, somewhere in the Midwest, a regular stop.
Hell yeah, man!
You can't ignore the biggest wrestling city in the country.
But Bound for Glory is going to be so big, dude. I can't wait to hear more information about that.
2008 was the last one. It was at the Sears Center where All In and All Out are taking place. That's where Bound for Glory 08 was. I was there. I am super hyped to go to 2019. It's going to be at the Odeum, which is where Ring of Honor ran, I want to say, the War of the World show. And then TNA ran some house shows there before. It's and ECW ran there back in the day. It's at the Odeum, and the Odeum's a cool venue. It's going to be fun. If you're in the Midwest, come to Bound for Glory. But I think, Jaybone, they really need to make the Midwest, somewhere in the Midwest. I don't care if it's Chicago or Milwaukee or Indianapolis. You need to have somewhere in the Midwest that's a regular stop, because they're pretty regular on the East Coast right now. They got Canada. They're doing California right now. They just did a big Texas loop, and Texas came out. So I think they'll make Texas a regular loop for them. And then Florida, obviously, we're kind of staying away from Florida a little bit. But it's the biggest wrestling hub is the Midwest. You got to come somewhere to the Midwest.
Yeah.
And I think they know that. Just a matter of where. Chicago's very oversaturated right now, unfortunately. But, if they play their cards
Chicago's
right.
got a lot of hot wrestling indies right now. You got the Windy City. What is it called?
Windy City's gone. So you got AAW, you got Freelance, you got GCW comes here regularly, you got Zello Pro, you got Freelance Underground, you got Warrior Wrestling, which is basically a mini Impact. Warrior's like a mini Impact show at this point.
But they only do like quarterly shows at this point, right?
Yeah, only quarterly shows.
Like really big quarterly shows.
Yeah, huge quarterly shows. They're run by a Catholic school, so it's done at the end of every quarter, essentially, So, but Chicago's got a lot going on. A lot going on. So did you have any other notes, J-Bone, where we could talk about that match, and then we can let these fine loungers get back to their Wednesday night here?
We talked about the match, talked about the interview. Yeah, let's talk about the ladies match. There was a few notes from, because they were doing like those post show interviews from Slammiversary, and I have a feeling something's going on. I don't know if you've heard anything. That interview, that because they did like a pre-show interview and then a post-show interview with the Sinister Minister.
Yep.
And he said, what the hell did he say when I wrote it down here? Oh, after he got sprayed by Su Yung and he was wiping his face. And he's screaming that Su Yung went AWOL, and he has no clue where she. Oh my God, he has no clue where she is.
Right? Yeah, he was saying that. He's like, "Where is she? I don't know where she went." Weird, right?
Like, yeah, I didn't know if there's like a double meaning to that. Like, oh shit! I hope Impact Wrestling isn't like losing Su Yung. That'd be horrible.
I don't think so. It's very much story, I think, is where that's going. I haven't heard anything.
It could be just the dissension between Su Yung and Jessica Havoc, blew up at the Monsters Ball match at Slammiversary. He can't control them anymore, so he's pissed off about it. So now Su Young's gone AWOL. I'm not sure if it's actually after women and liquor, but maybe an undead realm, maybe something. I don't know. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but but yeah, I think there's going to be some more developing stuff in the undead realm with that between Jessica Havoc and Su Yung. Might see some changes to Su Yung. I don't know. What do you think, man?
I'm going with face turn. I'm going with a face turn here. I think they're trying to isolate Mitchell and Havoc. No third, no Su Yung in that. I think they want to make it just Jim Mitchell and Havoc. So
that's interesting.
I think they all go 1-1, and they'll go Sue. Maybe Sue turns face, goes with Rosemary. Maybe they form some crazy faction. I don't know. Couldn't be bad.
Yeah. Hakeem Fullerton says that Tessa video on Twitter was awesome. I saw that right before we went live. That was incredible.
I retweeted that. That was really cool. It was really cool. I enjoyed it. No, the match was good, J-Bone. I thought they gave him a lot of time, a lot of development. It was fun. It was a fun match. Jordynne won, I believe, and I didn't have my notes today, but I'm remembering off the top of the dome here. Jordynne won. She's in her home state. She's from Austin, Texas. Close enough. She won. Yeah. Great pop for the homegirl. So, but she got attacked. Madison Rayne turning heel now. I think, J-Bone,
that was interesting. Yeah, I saw that. That was Madison Rayne turning. She attacked Jordynne Grace at the end, as did Keira Hogan after the win. I wrote down one word for my notes for Keira Hogan in this. Wow.
What do you got?
I mean, Jordynne Grace got the win, but wow, Keira Hogan shined in this match. Big time.
I think it's her best match so far on TV.
Oh, man. Just, and I've seen all the knockouts have good or bad matches. Sometimes stuff just doesn't flow a little bit, And I saw a couple, I'm not going to lie, I saw a couple rough spots in this match. I'm not going to point anything out specifically, but man, did they make up for it in other spots. And yeah, Keira just incredible in this match. She's really stepping it up, because I know when she first came in with Allie a couple years ago, they just, she's a knockout, but there wasn't really much to talk about with her. Now, oh my goodness, over the course of this last year, she's really starting to come into her own.
Big time. She's young,
Oh,
man. You can develop her. She's a young talent. Develop the young talent. Get them developed early and get them loyal. So that's good for her, man. I'm glad.
If you put her with a veteran like Madison Rayne, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Let's keep that going, and you make them a tag team or a mentor or whatever, you know?
I agree. It's good for Madison. It keeps her fresh. Like, people are really dogging her. Like, she's not up to par with the other knockouts. She's older. This is a perfect role to have her in. She can now be more of a mentor and a heel role. She doesn't have to do much, you know? So I think it's a perfect spot. But great setup. You got a good little feud going with Keira and Jordynne. Madison in the middle. They can do their own thing. You got the Goth faction doing their own thing. Taya's got her belt. Rosemary's coming after it in this direction. The knockouts are set up in a good way right now. I think the knockouts are in a very, very comfortable way. So very excited to see what happens leading to Bound for Glory.
I think they need maybe just a couple more knockouts, and then you possibly have one of the best women rosters in a TV brand of wrestling, in my opinion.
A lot of people in the chat said bring back Sienna. I'm 200% agree with that one. I love Sienna. I think Allison Kay, Sienna, one of the absolute best, hands down.
She's awesome. NWA Women's Champ right now, I think.
Right. I don't think she had a contract though. So,
yeah, I don't know because I haven't seen her on Ring of Honor TV, because that's where all the NWA stuff is happening with Aldis and Storm and Cabana and.
Are they basically one company now? Is the NWA Ring of Honor at this point?
I think it's just a really tight partnership, because Corgan needs a show to feature the NWA, and I'm good with that. If they stay like that, because I'm not really, there's a lot of good shit happening in Ring of Honor right now, but I watch so much wrestling right now. It's just, I've just kind of put it on the back burner,
Yeah.
And I feel bad saying that, because man, they've brought in a lot of good talent when all the AEW guys, all the EVPs and all those guys made their own company, and I feel for them. So Ring of Honor is really in a unique place right now.
Yeah.
They're kind of like where Impact Wrestling was 2 years ago.
Interesting. Yeah, they lost a ton. They lost their big money names.
Yeah.
They're
either lost them or let them go through, stupidity.
Right. There's a lot of names out there. We can do a lot of cool things out there. But yeah, Jaybone, let's wrap it up. It's getting a little late for these folks here. There's a couple of people from the UK listening. I know that it's late as hell for them. So let's let them get to bed. Then we wrap.
Too late or good morning, one of the two.
Yeah, one of the two. Guys, I want to say one thing. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. Unannounced, you all stayed on with us pretty nice and long. The interaction was great. The comments, I can't get enough of that. I am loving all the feedback. I wish I could read everything, but we're trying to talk. Chat's
really blowing up. It's just,
that's great.
It's really going, and I'm trying to read half of it and I can't. I'm like, holy crap. Yeah. So thank you guys. Wow. And as we continue to do these on a fairly regular basis, we're going to change up the quality, bring back the intro, because we don't have all the sound bites in with all this stuff, but it's a work in progress. This version of Hangouts is also going away soon, as it's been told to us by lovely YouTube. So in a couple of weeks. So we got to learn the whole OBS system or whatever, or if you guys know of a good streaming system that's really easy to work with, hit us up on the social media, because we need to get on top of that shit.
Yeah, let us know, guys. Well, go ahead, J-Bone, plug up where people can find you. I'll plug ours after that, and then we'll get to bed.
Oh my god, I think Kyle's in the chat.
He is?
Yeah.
Oh, he is.
Scum
Kyle's
Life
in the chat. Scum Life. He is in the chat. Guys, say hello to
What's
Kyle.
up, brother? Much love, man. We want you on here, but we know why you're not, and it's all good. We love you, dude. It's all good.
We love you, dude. Yeah, we know you're not feeling too good. We love you, dude. A lot of the listeners here care about you, Kyle.
Yes.
But go ahead, Jaybone, plug it up.
So yeah, I run the little thing called Smash This Podcast. You can look that up over in the other channel there, up over on YouTube. I cover AEW, Impact Wrestling stuff, MLW, a lot of the alternatives. Right now, I'm taking another break from WWE just because it's the same shit from 2 years ago. So yeah, if you're into the alternative stuff in wrestling, you can go check that out. Give it a sub, give it a like, whatever. Give it a shot over there. You can find me on Twitter at Jaybone5150. That's JAYBONE 5150. There's a Smash This Podcast Instagram and also on the Facebook. So you can hit me up all over the place.
All right. I got a lot of plugs. You guys ready for this?
Oh,
as you know, I plug up a lot of shit.
Here we go.
Shows, okay? First off, I'll make it easy. Subscribe to the Impact Lounge. If you're not subscribed to this page where you're watching this, hit subscribe. Also, you can find this podcast. This is all going to go audio on the podcast feed. You can find this podcast wherever podcasts are found: Apple, iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, and YouTube, right here on the Impact Lounge, or the Total Nonstop Impact channel where Kyle is commenting from right now. So subscribe to both of those. We got some exclusive stuff on both. Connect with us there. You can connect with us on all social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at We Talk Impact. Type in We Talk Impact. We come right up. Connect with me personally at Vanilla Joke on Twitter, Instagram. Get a hold of me there, guys, especially Twitter. I'm more and more on Twitter now. Connect with me there. My band, HEMI Music, HEMI, MUSIC, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We're doing some stuff with Impact. We did the music with Impact. We're going to do some more, hopefully. Connect with us as well, so you're at the forefront of anything we do. But I think I got all the plugs in like 30 seconds there, J-Bone. Everything.
There you go.
Guys, connect with us. Seriously, connect with us on everything.
And I
like,
just
review.
I just typed in the chat. That's my channel. If you want to go check it out, you can click on that. So
awesome. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for joining. We love you guys. We will be back Friday. That's the plan, right, J-Bone? Right after Impact airs, we're planning on going live again, right?
Friday or Saturday, one of the two. I mean, scheduling and whatever. And like I said, this live stuff is a work, and this live shit is great shit. It's a work in progress.
Are you trying to Sammy Callahan this right here? Is that what you're doing?
No, that was a really horrible Vinnie Mac.
Oh, I see.
That's the joke, because the whole Chris Jericho interview with John Moxley, that's all he was talking about. How Vinnie Mac would try to talk Dean Ambrose into doing all this horrible stuff. He's like, well, just do it because it's great shit.
It's good shit. There we go. That's awesome. Guys, thank you again. We appreciate it. Like I said, we're going to try for Friday right after Impact airs, or Saturday at some point. But keep an eye on We Talk Impact or Jaybone 5150 on Twitter. We'll announce it there so you have a heads up where we're going to be.
Dude, that fallout from Slammiversary, the next legit episode is just going to be ridiculous. All this crazy mashup tag team stuff, I don't know. It's just going to be just cuckoo. You go to the Impact Wrestling social media or the impact.com, and they got a list of all the tag teams that are going to be facing off besides Callahan and Tessa tag teaming up. Oh my God. It's gonna be fun. I have no clue, but it's gonna be just a terrific hot mess.
Yeah, seriously, no kidding. All right, guys, we're gonna sign off here. Thank you very much for joining. As always, we love all you guys. We will talk to you in a couple days when Impact's back on. New episode. See you later, guys. Good night.
Peace.